YouTube is a platform I am very fond of and have strong memories of. Over my time of living, I have seen the rise and success of now very famous creators. With some of them I have seen go from a couple of hundred subscribers on YouTube, recording with what they have, to the unprecedented success on the platform that many of these creators have today. Take for example KSI, a creator that I have followed since 2012 and that I've personally seen go from 15,000 subscribers to well over 10 million subscribers on multiple channels. Or PewDiePie, who has managed to convince more people than the population of my entire country that I live in to follow him on YouTube. That's actually mind-boggling to think about, I'm not gonna lie. In contrast to the success, there are millions upon millions of people making their own videos, slowly trying to emulate just a fraction of the success of YouTube's top dogs. And this is where I want to introduce myself. So hi, I'm Annoys Justin, who is one of these small YouTubers, where I usually make gaming content, so this video is a bit out of the ordinary for myself. However, as a small gaming YouTuber, I'm angry at a lot of the issues that plague the small YouTuber community, and for me, I've kind of hit a breaking point with it. There are attitudes and practices that I'd like to discuss that I feel somebody really needs to address. So here are my issues with the small YouTuber community. Anyone who's tried making videos as a small creator or is currently a small creator can relate to how hard it is to get your videos noticed, especially if you're doing something that's not easily searchable. This could be gaming, which is like my own content, vlogs, and many other varieties of content. I believe the reason that it's hard to grow these types of channels is because of the fact that they rely on a pre-established connection with an audience, but as a small creator, you don't have that audience, so you don't have the necessary authority to get your videos suggested by the algorithm, which means you have to make searchable content. This is how a lot of channels get their initial growth. An example of a channel I found that has done this is Finzar, who has made really good videos on how to edit with Premiere Pro and can now do what he wants as he's closing in on 100,000 subscribers. Also, make sure to get Premiere Pro. It's the best editing software, just saying. The reason why I'm talking about this is because as a small gaming channel, it's admittedly hard to do. However, I've had a few results here and there by using appropriate SEO, hitting on trending topics and making something that's just overall searchable. But what if you can't get seen? Well, some people in the small YouTuber community do things that don't work, are ineffective, and just piss off everybody you're trying to attract to your own videos. They grow a mindset of what I'm going to call in this video the "if you scratch my back, I'll scratch your back" mentality. This also includes practices like sub for sub, but it contains so much more than that. Before I talk about this mentality, I need to address what makes a video successful, or more frankly, what makes a video get pushed by the algorithm. These factors are click-through rate, which we'll shorten to CTR, audience retention, watch time, and engagement. CTR is how often a video is clicked on when it's shown to a potential viewer. Watch time is how much cumulative time has been spent watching the video. Audience retention is how long the video gets watched on average, and engagement is how many likes and comments a video gets. If your video ranks high in these metrics, for example, it has a CTR of 10% and an audience retention of 60%, your video will get pushed more by the algorithm than other videos. Notice how I didn't mention the amount of subscribers you have. That's because a high subscriber count doesn't matter. Kind of. Let me explain. It's not the most important metric, but it allows someone to keep up to date with your channel and your channel's content because they like you and your content. But people with this mentality put it above everything while negating all the other metrics of the videos, which are more important. The only number that actually matters in terms of subscribers is 1,000, and that's to start getting paid. This is where sub for sub comes in. People will subscribe to each other to increase their sub count, while the amount of views they get will actually stay the same. That's because the people subscribing to them don't want to watch their content. It's only for the actual higher subscriber number. I'm not going to go into massive detail about this, it's been explained so many different times, but I'll link in the description a fantastic video by a guy called The Suited Bird about this. Go check it out. This type of mentality is also present in a lot of small YouTube subreddits, regardless of your own opinion on self-promotion or promotion in general, or the subreddits in general. You'll always get sort of fakeish comments like, let's grow together, or keep going, and posts that will be like, oh, I reached this milestone, which will secretly be a way of trying to get more subs. It not only comes across as really disingenuous, but almost everybody can see for the fact that you're just doing it so you can grow your own channel, not because you care about the community. This is especially true on the subreddit Small YT channel, which has a main function of providing feedback and answering questions to content creators in order to improve their own content. But the subreddit can also be used as a platform to promote your own content. On a side note, I think the majority of these people are either on the younger side or don't understand how YouTube works. Now, before I go further, I want to say I've found some of my favourite creators from the subreddit and I've watched them grow, and they did so because they had good content and were able to implement some of the good feedback that they received from this subreddit into their own videos. In fact, one of the best videos I've ever seen on r/smallYT channel is a video called I Looked at 500 Trending YouTube Videos. Here's what I found by a guy called John Hall, and it impressed me to the point that I posted it on r/videos. However, because of the requirements to post there, people give half-arsed comments in order to meet these requirements. And I've seen some people get mad and act entitled when you don't respond accordingly. They don't watch the video and give pretend feedback. That's so meaningless that it's worthless. And of course I'm not going to respond to that. These are just a few examples of the mentality I'm talking about. But there are various different examples out there that are very visible. Even though I didn't go into much depth, I would like to move on to the other issue. Something that plagues the small YouTuber community endlessly. Something so egregious that every time I see it, it pisses me off. Imagine you set up a lemonade stand and start selling lemonade. It's going well, people like your lemonade, but then for some strange reason, some random person who you've never met before, who doesn't even look at your lemonade, comes up to you and says, "You have really delicious lemonade. Buy my lemonade." You then talk to your friends and find out this man has done this to hundreds of other people who are selling lemonade. Welcome to the world of YouTube Spambots. The main place I've seen them is in the comments of other YouTubers' Reddit posts. And not only do I find it really disingenuous, but the majority of the time, these channels don't have good content. There's no effort in the content, and the people seem to think their content is perfect, the people who are making this, when in actuality, it's some of the worst content I've ever seen. And these people use these bots to post on hundreds and hundreds and hundreds, lying to other people, getting their hopes up, and all just to get a few extra views and maybe an extra subscriber. However unlikely it is. But whenever I've asked these channels why they do what they do, the main reason why they do it, according to themselves, is something along the lines of, I make good content, but the algorithm doesn't promote me. The algorithm is there to promote content for the viewer, not get views for the creator. It's about the viewing experience of the audience, which is why CTR and watch time matter so much when trying to create your own videos. And most of the time, the content of these channels who think they're so perfect are literally the worst content creators I have ever seen. Like, there is no effort. There's no effort in the thumbnail, there's no effort in the description or SEO, and there's no effort in the actual editing. There's almost no editing in these. The reason as to why their channels aren't growing isn't because YouTube hates them, but it's because of the lack of effort that they put into everything to do with their channels and their videos. The reason why Spambots don't work is because almost everybody ignores them, and eventually, because spammers are against both YouTube and Reddit's terms of service, as well as almost every single other social media platform. The channels will get banned, their accounts get banned, and they get known as spammers, not contributing to anything in the community. It might work short term to get an extra subscriber or two, but in the long term, it really fucks up their channels. But regardless of these issues, there are some good content creators that I've seen, and I've managed to befriend some of them myself, some of which I've even collaborated and managed to learn from, especially Jason from Chasing the Apex, who, while being a good car tuber, has also managed to help me and help many others improve their SEO skills, or the countless of people who I've received thumbnail advice from, such as Qzek, who's actually made a thumbnail for me. And I've seen some people from the small YouTuber community that for me have shown that growing a channel can be a worthwhile experience. By making good content that people want to watch, as the algorithm is there to serve the viewer and give the best viewing experience. And while these problems continue to persist in the community, and I still hate these issues that permeate throughout the community, at least I feel like I can discuss it here with you in this video, and I can explain as to why these are my issues with the small YouTuber community. Thank you for joining me today. This isn't something I normally do, as I normally make gaming content, so before you decide to subscribe or not, depending on your choice, I'll ask you to go and watch some more of my videos to make sure if that's your taste. While I do have a goal to get to 1,000 subscribers by the end of this year, I'd just like to get you to like the video and maybe leave a comment, as that helps more than you subscribing to the channel. Thank you.